that's kind of a really... The security is the reason why people shop on these platforms, and if you can't guarantee the security of a payment, then people are gonna be really less really less willing to spend their money on this platform. Then why wouldn't they just go through Twitter, you know? Like I said, I love the VGen platform, but they need to restrict their Twitter interactions a little bit. On to VGen. So there was this tweet from Rev that made me look into those things. VGen's been catching a lot of strays. For those who don't know, VGen is like an alternative platform, kind of like Fiverr, but it's only for VTubers. And it's actually pretty useful. I think they still need to onboard more artists because I feel like the artists there are like kind of so-so, but obviously there's a lot of different genre. For graphic, it's pretty good. The price are a little boosted because it's for VTubers only, and everything that's catered to VTubers is always cost more for some reason. But VGen has a really weird rule about not safe for work, where not safe for work lolly and Shota content is not allowed on their platform. And that ties in with the last stream we did about the lolly discussion. To those concerned, we only take action against content on our site that goes against our TOS, which includes our no not safe for work lolly Shota policy. VGen is banning artwork depicting adult characters acting childish. Strange hill to die on. Hope it works out for you. Basically, they have some really weird parameters for this. Like, if you're an adult that acts childly, that could be considered a child or like a lolly. Even their chart makes it confusing. So it's like, are they a child? Yes, consideration. Are they explicitly aged up? No, then not allowed. So if they're a child but they're explicitly aged up, then it's a visual age. Then they're like, do they look like a child? Yes, then it's not allowed. No, then it's allowed. If it's an adult and they look like a child and the answer is yes, then they're gonna look at their acting age. So if it's an adult that looks like a child and act like a child, then they're gonna ask themselves, are they trying to seem like a child? Yes, if it's yes, then it's not allowed. If it's no, then that's allowed. Note, petite adults who act like adults are allowed. Petite adults who act like children are not allowed. Honestly, at this point, they should just ban not safe for work. If it's a credit card payment processor problem, then just ban out not safe for work. But I don't even think it's because of the credit card processor that's adding those rules. That's just a decision that they decided to do. And this whole conversation started because there's an artist on VGen that said, my friend just got this email over this drawing. What the F? Good evening. We are sending this message to let you know that while assessing your profile, we came across some images that were not safe for work lolly Shota. And then they link something on Twitter. As such, we are sending a reminder that art of such nature is actually against the VGen term of service and could result in a ban. This is a one-time warning. Also, we would recommend taking down image of such nature, as we have artists that could potentially come across such art on your profile and may report it to us, which may result in an investigation. Thank you for your understanding and compliance, Michael from VGen. And this is the tweet. It's Yumeko's birthday today, our favorite forever 12-year-old. So basically they investigated on Twitter to come to the conclusion that one of the artwork that this guy posted on VGen was underage, because they saw the age of that character in that post. This is the CEO of VGen replying, saying the link in email leads to a now deleted post, so it's definitely not this quoted one. As stated in the email, the image in question was on a VGen service, which is to why this was a bannable offense. Since not safe for work, lolly/Shota is against our TOS. Please don't spread misinformation. Update, I have investigated and gotten more context from Michael about what exactly happened. 1. The artist was reported by a VGen user for not safe for work lolly/Shota for service sample. 2, this quoted tweet was submitted in the same report as evidence of the character being underage. So somebody went through all that trouble just to report somebody on VGen? Michael felt the character in question did look like the character in the quoted tweet and sent the warning to the artist, attaching the tweet as evidence of the character's age. The artist confirmed the character is in fact not this character and is actually an older character. The misunderstanding was cleared and the warning was rescinded. She adds, "We do not want to over-moderate, but also do expect all of the content on VGen to abide by our TOS, which states no not safe for work, loli/shota." Michael apologizes for the confusion the attached tweet may have caused without the additional context, which she explained to the artist in a follow-up email, and have also directly apologized for the confusion. "Sorry for my earlier confusion and any stress this situation may have caused anyone." And other people asked for more questions, and they say, does this mean canonical age is the only metric you use to determine if it's loli shota? No, we look at both canon plus visual age. And then there was another post that I forgot to add because this kept on blowing up. And then she also said something, all right, I didn't want to throw Michael under the bus, but he said it was okay to say that. So basically she said it was Michael's like first 2 weeks at VGen. He made some mistakes in the way he wrote the email, but you know, please be nice to Michael, he's learning. Something along those lines. And also there's other people complaining under this post. So the Vtuber art platform prohibits not safe for work of Gora, the literally most popular Vtuber. Now this is comedy. It's true because since Gora is considered a lolly, then you wouldn't be able to have not safe for work artwork of Gora on VGen. It's kind of wild that you're trying to police what artists do outside of your services. Please read the email plus update. The content we were moderating was on our service. The Twitter link was just proof of the character's age. Because of the way the initial thing was formulated, it kind of looked like they were policing what you were doing on Twitter, but they actually just investigated on Twitter to try to find the age of the character depicted on VGen, which is also silly and is dumb. Glad to see they listened to me about how convoluted the rules are. From what I understand, they're going to be changing it to if they look and the content of the drawing is childlike. Character like Senko would be okay, but not Kana from what I understand. So this person is talking to the co-founder of VGen. There is no making everyone happy here, and I will respect that they don't want lolly content on their platform, but hopefully this helps the rule to be clearer and cause less complications for artists. I was told they'll know this when they look through reports. At the end of the day, they're a small company and they can choose what to allow and not allow what's on their platform, even if you don't like it. They're willing to sacrifice profit margins for what they think is right. That's in their right. We'd rather sacrifice profit margins for what we feel is right. That's the point of being a small company, is that we get to choose. I mean, I don't know. I can't really agree with their statement because by this insinuation, they're kind of saying that drawing of, not safe for work drawing of loli and shotas is wrong. And it can't be wrong or right because it's literally fictional characters. But it's true that it's in their right to do that as a private company, but then also customers have the right to not shop there. It's not ideal, and of course don't agree with denying artists of their freedom of expression, but at the end of the day, nobody's required to use VGen and they understand that. I respect that they were willing to listen though. Now many would listen. She also apologized to me privately for saying I was spreading misinformation if anyone was wondering. One last update with the VGen situation, helped clarify rules and they're more lax now. Well, pretty much as lax as you can be with Canadian law and payment processors. VGen isn't ideal for lolicons, and if you're a lolicon creator, I'd stick to other sites. Their concern is both moral and legal, so if that turns you away, completely understandable, but at least it'll be easier for lolicon creators to exist on the site. This doesn't change the passive-aggressive and hostile behavior towards IU and others. That's something I want to talk about more. There are a lot of things on VGen can improve and work on. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction. Other things VGen needs to improve on is the ghosting situation that they have. There's been a situation that popped up recently where some clients had the artist ghost them, and because it was an artwork that took a very long waiting process and it was maybe a long waiting list, I don't know. It just, there's some artwork that takes time, sometimes month, if it's a model that needs to be rigged, if it's a model that's being drawn. And they were past the refund date of PayPal, and VGen was basically useless in being able to refund the clients the money that they spent. So that's kind of a really, the security is the reason why people shop on these platforms. And if you can't guarantee the security of a payment, then people are gonna be really less really less willing to spend their money on this platform. Then why wouldn't they just go through Twitter, you know? I think VGen did install some steps after they received some backlash and some critic over that, so it's safer now. I'm using VGen all the time and I never had any problem. So I suppose, you know, just look at the reviews. And here we have Camillo from Kenisu. It's unfortunate but more reasonable than initially, still not enthusiastic about the whole situation. There's also been another issue over here that created a lot of drama for VGen. Like I said, they're really catching a lot of strays. And I really feel like we need this platform. We need VGen. We need VGen to thrive. And I kind of feel bad that they're getting critiqued a lot, sometimes needlessly critiqued. There was also another post that went viral a few months ago about the artists saying that they were hiding the fees and that they were taking a 5% fee on the artists. So 5% is one of the lowest fees I've seen, I think, so far. So this is an artist saying, regarding commissions on VGen, TLDR, VGen hasn't sent me the money for a large amount of the first 50 commissions I completed on their platform. I've had to take on work elsewhere to afford able to live. From my perspective, I cannot keep working for free, but I am willing to. I originally started taking commissions on the platform around the end of last year, and they totally did pay me at first. I finished all my commissions back then on time with the expected quality I was promoting, but starting at the beginning of this year, and then they stopped passing the money from my commissioner to my bank account. I initially reached out to the supported sites, Stripes and PayPal, but neither was able to help. They kept telling me things like update your bank account information, and I wasn't able to receive the money from any of the tips either. So anyway, they say that from February they sent over 100 emails, and that post blew up. It got 1.2 million views, guys. But then we realized, because VGen replied, that this person was like being Menhera, and it was actually a problem from Stripe and not VGen. And VGen was only notified like 2 weeks prior to this post, and they got community noted. VGen had no part in withholding Maru's funds and were only recently informed and involved in resolving this issue within the last 2 weeks. Marure's account restriction was due to ghosting clients and being reported for such. So basically, this artist, it ends up that the account was blocked because she was ghosting clients because she wasn't receiving her money, so she wasn't replying to them. But what I found really crazy is that the VGen account DM'd her to tell her not to post about this. Hi Marure, please avoid publicly posting about an active support ticket. We've only refunded your ghosted clients yesterday's and are working through getting you the remainder of the funds ASAP. It's like if you're a seller on Amazon Marketplace, you go on social media to vent about a problem that you have, and then the owners of like the Amazon Marketplace social media DM'd you, dude, stop posting about this, don't spread misinformation. To be fair, that person was spreading misinformation, but still, it's an unprofessional look to have them DM you. It's like like I said, I love the VGen platform, but they need to restrict their Twitter interactions a little bit. This person replies to the DM, hello, this has been an ongoing issue since February, regardless of when you guys have made a ticket, and I have not seen any hope of it being fixed soon. My ghosted clients were refunded by me, not by you. That money was earned off VGen because you never sent me the money my commissioners paid in the first place. I will avoid talking about it too much, but this is the first time I brought it up publicly and have received feedback of other people being dismayed for similar reasons. I will not keep it a private issue anymore. Sorry. but I also will not intentionally drag the reputation of your company. I will only be speaking of my experiences with it. VGen replied, please note this is a Stripe issue. Your payout account was restricted briefly due to your lack of communication with clients. We do not have control over your banking payout information. Please also note that the majority of your commissions were paid through PayPal, so it's quite misleading to say you were working for free. I agree. This has all been quite unfortunate misunderstanding, which we had hoped to sort out privately. However, since she has publicly shared our DM and more details on her end, here's a summary without revealing any additional details. Yeah, this is why you don't DM. So Marure has been trying to get Stripe to release her funds to her bank account, which is a Stripe issue and we have no control over it. Being frustrated by Stripe support inability to clear up the issue, she stopped communicating with some of her clients. Those clients complained to us, which is why we put restrictions on her account, which is standard for us to do in order to ensure ghosted clients are able to receive refunds. Fair. However, Stripe support, seeing that there were restrictions on her account, said that was the problem why she couldn't receive funds, which is partially true for this time. Yesterday, we worked with her to refund all clients who hadn't received their promised work, and with that, we've lifted the restrictions on her account. Now we're working with her to once again try to get Stripe to release her funds properly, which again, we don't have control over. To be clear, the first time we learned about Maruru's payout issues was 2 weeks ago. The clients who reported them for ghosting was not telling us she sent them to us. They said they haven't been able to reach her. We've been working with Stripe to figure out what's going on, but it currently seems like a Stripe issue. If we're able to access the funds at all, we would be happy to pay out the funds through Stripe or any other way to Marure. However, we cannot touch funds in artist wallets other than to restrict payouts and refund clients when necessary, ghosting, no delivery, etc. Unfortunately, we do not have access to either Maruru's funds nor banking information. Please direct your frustration to Stripe. We are currently doing everything we can help. That is totally fair. I assume some of those clients are from me not communicating properly, intending for them to be refunded instead. I also back up the last statement. I have so much hate for Stripe. At the moment, I still believe VGen can be a good platform for a lot of people. So now the artist is backtracking their statement. However, VGen does indeed have my bank information sent to their email for interactions with Stripe. I've been dealing with this situation and asking for help for so long. At this point, I don't really care who solves it. It's Stripe or VGen, I just don't care. But I believe VGen being pulled into this is the only hope there is to get solved, even if it isn't 100% on them. I want to emphasize that I will cover the refunds, even if the original funds stay inside VGen's wallet. I also did have contact with VGen before 2 weeks ago, but it was redirected towards Stripe support. So that wasn't through email, so honestly I should have pushed further with them. That is true. Every time it's like my problem with Stream Elements that I had. You ask Stream Elements for help, they're like, we strictly display your payments. We're not a payment processor. So you gotta talk to PayPal. Then you call PayPal and they're like, well, I can't see anything on your account. I can't magically make these appear. So if you're seeing them on Stream Element and you're not seeing them here, I don't know what to help you. You gotta talk to Stream Element. Then you're getting like bounced back in between both platforms, and it's super frustrating because usually customer services are like trained to tell you to check with the other faction. Yeah, they pass the buck about who is not passing the buck. Exactly. Okay, so for the end of this VGen story, so the co-founder tweeted to wrap this all up. A lot happened this week. However, no matter what happens, VGen's official PR should remain professional, and I let slivers of my personal frustration leak into our official account, and that should not have happened. I agree. You could feel the frustration. And even though they were right, they were probably right to feel frustrated with this because they are getting a lot of backlash for basically nothing burgers. One of them was like the person just misunderstood the case and it wasn't even on them. I want to sincerely apologize for my tone and delivery. While I fully stand behind the facts within my statements where we were wrongfully accused and I have already apologized for where I was wrong, I could have been more professional throughout all my communication and I will do better. We're a small team of 11 and I've only been around for 1.5 years. There's still a lot we're learning and figuring out, and we're so thankful for your patience as we continue to figure things out with feedback from our community. In the future, we will proofread more as a team and be more strictly professional in our official PR so that we may best represent our community. Thank you for your understanding and support as we continue to make VGen better for all. You know, another kind of opinion I have on VGen is that I really think they should drop this whole thing where you have to be referred by a friend who's already working on VGen to get in. Just let people apply and review the applications manually if you want to make sure to veto their work, because this whole nepotism thing just doesn't work. It doesn't work.